Okay, so this is part 2 of lesson 2, the executive branch. Let's talk a little bit about the presidential order of succession. There are a couple of questions in which you will need to answer, excuse me, who comes next if the president can no longer be president? So this is some of the options that are available there. The list is much longer, but I've provided just 4 different people. So of course we have the president, Donald J. Trump. If for whatever reason he cannot continue to be president, he decides to step down, he is impeached, or he dies, anything like that, there has to be someone who takes his place, because the country would have a really hard time moving forward if there is not a leader. In this case, the person who would take over for the president is his vice president, which in our case is Mike Pence. The person that would come after Mike Pence would be the Speaker of the House, which during our time is Nancy Pelosi. So if for whatever reason President Trump cannot be president, Mike Pence cannot fill the position, then we would move on to the Speaker of the House, which is Nancy Pelosi. And the list goes on and on. If the Speaker of the House can't be president, then it falls to the President pro tempore. If they can't be president, Secretary of State. So for these questions, you need to remember who comes after the president and who comes after the vice president. So right here is when you can stop remembering the rest of the succession order. The question is, if the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? Your answer is vice president. So not the name of the vice president, but the position, which is vice president. The other question is, if both the president and the vice president cannot serve, who becomes president? Your answer to that would be the Speaker of the House. You're not going to answer with Nancy Pelosi. You're going to answer with Speaker of the House. What we need to remember, I keep mentioning that you want to give the name of the title, not the name of the person. We have to remember that the names change. People lose their seats. We have new presidents, new vice presidents, new speakers of the House. But the order never changes. So it will always be president, vice president, Speaker of the House. Even though in the future these people will be long gone, but that order remains. And that rule will also apply when we talk about senators, representatives. Just remember, keep in mind that these names do change. And I believe that is the last part of our lesson. Okay. So one final thing that I would like to say about these names. So you are learning the names of these people according to what is our current reality. If you take your citizenship interview test after this November, these answers might be different. So I mentioned that Donald Trump is seeking re-election. So if he wins in November, then you don't have to worry about learning who the new president and vice president are. If he does not win re-election, then you will have to know that the president will be Joe Biden and the vice president will be Kamala Harris. Just a reminder in case you do end up taking your interview after this November.